not exactly what I thought it would be. I got my house on a little piece of land. This is the place I'm gonna take my stand. But I keep living on dreams. One thing I know, that's the way it's gotta be. Am I living the American dream? I keep searching for that dream of me, hoping someday that I will see myself in American dream.
How y'all doing, Blue Dots? It's Tuesday, baby. We're done with freaking Monday, so we can get on with the business. Anyway, I'm so glad y'all are here. Let me fix that right back where it was. Anyway, I got my shit together. Let's get my shit together over here. Who was the first one to jump in? Ardessa, Purple Moon Dragon, was the first one to jump in. Thank you very much, darling. Mark Perkins came in right behind her. And Dorothy Tyndall on Facebook. Thank you, baby. Nancy Halverson is here. Maria Betancourt, Mark Perkins. Oh, I got him twice. You're here twice, Mark. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate the numbers. Debbie Marie, Richard Phillips is, look at there. Mark Perkins is here a third time. Guy gets around a lot, I'm telling you. Richard Phillips, Tracy Tobias, my next door neighbor, Donald Ware. Hey, Jay Clayton, hey, good evening from Steph. Yeah, okay, Steph's there with him, so the romance continues. I'm telling you, they could write a novel. Jeff Curry, Miss Linda, a.k.a. Mary Ellen, who I had a wonderful phone conversation with today on the phone. And was that today? Holy shit, I think it was today. I don't know. Mary Ellen's fixing to head off to Hawaii, and I hope she has a marvelous time. The Remixtress is with us. Adina Michael, Michael Falbister, thank you very much. Let me see who else. Bernadette Pree, thank you, baby. Steve P., thank you for being here. Steve, we appreciate it. Bethy Brown is with us. Let me see. Adina Michael is here. Irish Yazelle, how you doing, baby? Mary Humphreys. Raylene Allen is with us. Thank you very much. Adina Michael. Let me see. Jane McDaniel, thank you for being here. Michael James. Hey, I forgot to tell Travis he's got mail from you, really. Audio clip. I haven't told him yet. I forgot. Damn it. I'll correct that. Anyway, let me jump on down here. Ira Z is here. Let me see. Who'd I miss? Mitch Goldstein. I seen the twins' birthday picture, Mitch. I know they had a wonderful birthday. How could they not? With great parents like Mitch and Julie, I'm sure the day was wonderful. Anyway, how y'all doing, baby? I hope y'all are doing fine. My day flew by. Again, I got home late, but I took the time to eat my enchiladas. Mama cooked, and I'm good to go. Anyway, like I said, been 3 or 4 stops today in town, so everything I got to do, I got to listen to the radio on. But I'm noticing something here coming along. Well, shit. Let's get that right in there. Mitch Goldstein just sent us $5 and said, celebrating Adam and Eric's 21st birthday. Oh, think back to your 21st birthday. Mitch, thank you very much, and I hope the boys had a wonderful day. It's not often you get twins, man. That's got to be great when they're older. I imagine when they're young and little babies, that's 2. Anyway, Mitch, thank you very much, and I know you had a wonderful day. I couldn't help but notice when I was looking at Adam and Eric and the 2 boys and how they look is not that far off from my 2 boys. The way Tyler wears his hair is a lot like he's long and beard, and Travis is a little more short. Anyway, I just like the picture. Anyway, listening to the radio today, different stories, and getting that little thought in my head formulated as to, my overall big picture view. And I said it the other day, I'm starting to see a crack in the Republican Party. I said it the other day when Mike Pence, after 12, 13 months, Trump is wrong. The president is wrong when he thinks that he could overturn that election. It took a lot of, time for Mike to come out and say that, but he finally came out and said it. But it started that little crake. And then you got, I think it's over 100. I tried to find the story real quick so I could quote exactly. The RNC, Republican National Committee, came out with they censored Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger for being on the January 6th committee. And that's when they used the line in there about public discourse. Oh, damn it, I hate this. I should have had my shit together. And I hate it when I'm not. The line was, and I had it right here, the persecution of ordinary citizens engaged in legitimate political discourse. Oh, please kiss my ass. But we had I'm thinking it's over 100. I want to find the story, but don't quote me on that. Republicans who came out against the RNC for doing that, for censoring one of their own. That's not the Republican National Committee business to do that. They're there to support all Republicans. If you don't believe me, ask Mitch McConnell, because that's what he said. Now you got Mitch McConnell coming out and telling the RNC to shove it up their butt and take their shit elsewhere. You got other Republicans coming out and saying, that's wrong. You can't do that. You have more and more people in the Republican Party standing up and calling it out for what it is, including Kevin McCarthy, who said the people that were inside rioting were insurrection violence. They should be arrested. That's who it was. That's what it was. And but there's a split. I'm telling you, this civil war that's coming around, they keep talking about. It may be a civil war within the Republican Party between the conservatives and the maggots, those ones that just will not turn loose at Donnie. And eventually those numbers will get smaller and smaller with the more news that comes out of his activities and trying to actually overthrow this government to become a dictator and a king or a potentate, whatever you want to call him. That's what he wanted. And he ain't done on that dream yet so far, but I don't think he's going to make it, baby. I just really don't. He's got problems in Georgia. He's got problems, He's got problems all over the place. So his only hope is to hold on to that base of maggots, those diehard, they don't give a shit about the truth. It's not about the ideals. It's about the attitude. That's who he's keying on. That's who he's relying on. I read a headline the other day. He's not raising a party. He's raising an army. That's what Donnie wants. He wants an army. So next time he can have those people ready to attack. Seriously. What are we going to do with this shit? Well, there's only one way, and that's head on, baby. Face him for what he is. He's a thief. He's a crook. He's a treasonous asshole who was at the highest levels of our government. What do we do when we have that? When your own president seeks to destroy the government that he is in charge of, to destroy the very democracy that this country was built on, because have no doubt that's what they're trying to do. And every one of these stinking Republicans that are still doing that, they're still trying to overthrow this democracy, baby. They don't give a shit about your vote. They're passing laws all over the place to keep you from voting. We have people that'll pick who the right people should be to represent you in the Electoral College. It's not the quantity of the vote, it's the quality of the vote. You have to look at who's voting all that bullshit that they're going to try to sell. Really disappointing, the Supreme Court today failed to strike down Alabama's redistricting when all the lower courts blatantly said it was racist. It seeks to divide, to dilute the black vote in Alabama, and it succeeded in doing that. And the Supreme Court says we're not going to take it up right now. Maybe after the elections. Really, after the elections, you assholes. After the damage is done, that's when you want to revisit this and hear oral arguments. Really, John Roberts was the only conservative that jumped ship, joined the three liberal judges in seeking to overturn Alabama's redistricting. Pisses me off because Texas is in the same way. We have a court up there right now that evidently is just fine with gerrymandering. Hey, that's probably how they got their ass on the bench, isn't it? At least 3 of them. Yeah, it's not a good position to be in. Again, the only thing that we can do, our voice and our vote, baby. And if we use them both, then we'll throw these assholes out of our house. And some of them need to be in prison anyway. Let me see who's in the room here that wants to have a chat there. I see Mitch got, I don't know who's doing this. Let me see if I can get my mouse over in the right spot. There's Ardessa. How you doing, Ardessa?
Doing?
How are you doing, dear?
Hanging in there.
Good. How's Dan?
Unfortunately, I can't go visit Dan
Oh.
because he's contagious.
Oh, no.
He's got an intestinal infection.
He's got an infection. It's not COVID?
Nope, it's not COVID.
Oh, well, thank goodness for small favors.
Yeah, but
I'm sure whatever it is isn't good.
no, that's true.
Yeah.
So hopefully he'll get over that quick.
Please give him our best when you see him.
Will do.
Yes. Tell him our
He's
hearts are
probably
with him,
fine.
baby. We're waiting on him to come home.
Me too.
Yeah, I bet you are.
Yep, that'll be nice.
You are. Well, thank you for being here, darling. Mitch, how are you doing, sir?
All right, we're just finished up the pizza portion of the evening, and we're getting on to the bong hits and ice cream cake portion of the evening.
Adam and Eric still there?
They're upstairs.
Well,
but
when you see them, tell them the whole Blue Dot family wishes them a happy birthday.
Well, they had a good time today. They just mellowed out. We're trying to think of some post-COVID activity to celebrate properly. We were thinking of maybe heading up to Toronto for a long weekend. Oh my God!
Are you going to get across the bridge? You know they got a big protest going on up there.
As long as we're vaccinated, we should be okay.
Yeah, but they block some of the main bridges.
I don't think we're going to try to cross the bridge on foot.
No, but I'm talking about the truckers. The truckers up there are having a big protest. I don't know if they're blocking all the bridges.
It ain't that big.
Huh?
It's not that big.
Oh, good.
It's not that big a protest.
You'll be able to get in then.
No.
Oh, good. Well, enjoy it if you get your chance to get up there.
Sure enough. And we're still seriously thinking about ending up in Texas in the fall. So.
Hey, just keep me informed, brother. Keep me informed of where you are.
Know, we end up in Galveston. It'd be a hoot to hook up in Galveston.
It would be. It would be indeed.
I hear they got good tacos there, too.
I'm sure you would find out. I'm relying on it that you would. Anyway, Mitch, thank you. Let's get Bernadette in the room also. Bernadette, how are you, darling?
Bernadette.
Hey, happy birthday to the twins.
Ain't that something?
On their behalf.
21. Did you buy my beer, Dad?
They went to the liquor store, and here in Pennsylvania, they don't sell beer at the liquor store.
Okay.
So they got some other stuff. But
okay.
We had our libations.
Right on. As long as they're taking advantage of that 21, that magic age, you can do shit and get in trouble for it.
The other thing that we want to do that we can't do quite yet is go to the casino.
Okay.
I ain't going to no fucking casino.
You ain't going to no casino?
No.
Well, I do want to say healing blessings out to Dan. Oh my goodness, since the surgery, he has gone through it, Ardessa, and geez, I'm keeping him in my prayers and just sending healing blessings out to this man because he is enduring. That's for sure.
Yes, he's a tough nut. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
He's a hard guy to crack. So thank goodness for that.
And John, what do we say about all this shit? Lock him
Lock
up.
his ass up. Lock him up. I don't want, it's what all of us are dreaming about. It's what all of us want. Are we going to get there? I don't know. Is it justified? Yes.
Well, he stole White House property that should have went to the archive.
Yep.
Yeah, it's justified. And beside the boxes of paper, including the map with the
all the shit he tore up.
Yeah, look at he took that map to the secret treasure in the Independence Hall.
Let me remind you guys of something.
Right.
When they went to the celebration for D-Day over in France,
Right.
was it a couple of years ago? It was 75 years or 100 years, something like that, 90 years or something. One of those celebrations. And he was late because he couldn't get his hair wet. Okay, remember that?
That's when he made the suckers comment.
On that trip,
Mm-hmm.
he stayed at the embassy, and he had specific art, including busts and paintings and things like that, flown back on Air Force One from that embassy there in France. He brought that art back to the White House.
He's a thief.
Where the fuck is it? Because I don't trust this
John Diddybag just said in here, they also stole furniture.
Yes.
They're thieves. They take anything. They think it belongs to them.
The man,
as president.
I know what Garland is waiting for. He's waiting for that tight nut on his case. But this man is a walking disaster for this fucking country. And he should be in jail.
He's done everything the same way he always has, right out in front of God and everybody.
Be in jail.
He does it in front of everybody. He thinks it's not a crime. That's what he thinks. He thinks if he does it in front of everybody, well, who's going to talk? Everybody.
The
so
worst thing that could ever happen to him was that he ran for president and fucking won.
Yeah.
I hope they put his ass under the jail for the shit
broke.
He's done.
I want him broke. I want him penniless. I want his whole family to have to pay back all the people they've ripped off in this country in their lifetime. Because that's what they've done.
I want it to be kicked in the balls by Roseanne.
There you go.
Or by
if he had balls, it would be something to aim for. But
I want you to meet my friend Kathy Griffin. I think she has something to say. Yeah. Let me give a few shout outs here. 1-2 in a row. John Diddybag, you're knocking it out of the park. But he came in with a $10 donation and said, "Don't you become the waiter?" I swear, John's got a book. I swear he's got to have a book. If you're waiting for the waiter, don't you become the waiter? You are the waiter because you're the one waiting. Anyway, John Diddybag came back with another $10 and said, "Do deaf people think you're yelling at them when you yawn?" John. I swear. I want that book. And Maria Betancourt came in with $10 and said, "For your kitty cat's food." Oh, baby. Lord have mercy. There's a source that, yes, guess what John has to buy every time he goes to the store? Cat food. Either dry or in the can. We're out of one all the time. And Catman56 came in with a $3 donation, my buddy Keith up in Minneapolis, Minnesota, who braves the northern frontiers. And he said, "We went from no drama Obama and world respect to treasonous Trump and world concern." Well, I think that sums it up in a heartbeat right there, what we've seen in the last several decades. Yes, that's where we've been. Where we are now is so, and I'm serious, that people are worried about a civil war in this country. I don't think we're going to get there. We're not going to have a civil war. What I'm more afraid of is these right-wing nut jobs who are going to pull off some individual operation in some little place or some major thing, and as part of the whatever they're going to call their little shit. But it's going to be handled just like any mass incident in this country. Any mass shooting is invented. It's disgusting to even think of the possibilities because of the mere fact what we're talking about. We're talking about American citizens taking up arms against fellow American citizens. And that's what some of the right-wing nut jobs are screaming nowadays. I'm sure y'all seen that damn little clip in the news of the guy marching down the middle of the street talking about we're gonna drag you through the streets and we're gonna cut your head off and all this shit.
And all the violence is spouted from the right.
Yes, it's this,
And yet they holler they're the victims. Victims of fucking what?
What? My
right
freedom.
Entitlement in this country?
That's what they're going to say.
What?
Their freedom. That's what, you see it on damn every cliche damn sign the right wing puts up. Freedom, freedom. What do you lose? What freedoms have you lost?
Now they got Canadians
point them out
freedom.
to me. Please, because the rest of us out here, we got all the same freedoms we've always had. You haven't lost your freedom. You've lost your ever-loving fucking mind. And in my book, you've turned your back on anybody still supporting this treasonous asshole would turn their back on this country. That's plain and simple. Don't tell me you believe in freedom and liberty and all that other patriotic bullshit sounding crap that you learned. Yeah, because it doesn't mean squat to you. Those are just words, bumper stickers that they say or slap on their car to make you think that they're just pure American. You're anything but.
Hey, John, man, we're going to move out and move on to the next phase of our evening. It's great to talk to you.
Mitch, thank you so much for the donation.
Blue Dot. Catch up with you soon.
Mitch, tell the boys have a great time. And remember it, baby. Everybody's going to remember their 21st birthday for some reason or another. So I'm sure it will be memorable.
It's true.
All right.
All right.
Brother.
Take care, everybody. Love you, Blue Dots.
All right. Love you back,
Good
Mitch.
night,
Take care of
Mitch.
yourself.
And we got a couple of raised hands in the audience.
Let me see. Who's? We lost somebody. We lost Travis. Let me see if I can. Where's my mouse? Damn it. Let's see.
Oh, John, you're gonna have to put some light.
I know it.
All right.
I gotta do better at this.
Here we go.
There we go. Let me see. We got Tracy in here.
Howdy.
Hi, Tracy. We're glad you're coming back, baby.
Yeah, it just works better with my schedule right now.
Well, we're trying to do the best we can to fit right in.
It's perfect, and because you guys are on like the last half of my ride. I've been off the kids, and this is the part where I can actually, talk the way I want to talk.
Cool.
Nobody's in the car with you.
Oh, they're in the car with me, but it doesn't matter.
Oh,
that part.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go. That's always
That part.
So how's your day going, Tracy?
It's actually, you know what? I'm getting my. It takes me a minute to get my bearings for school.
All right.
It takes me about 3 weeks, and so I've been working with a couple of people. I'm one of these people. I'm a visual and audio learner, so they have programs at the school that do all these different software for me, so I can read my book and listen to it at the same time. So files uploaded and all that. And I actually met with my professor because I'm taking a class on climate change. While
really?
It's very informative, it is incredibly depressing. And so I was having problems because there was the math portion of the class. I said, but if I wanted to take some math, science with math in it, I would have taken, chemistry, physics,
Boy,
But hey, the good news is that I met with my teacher for homework help this morning, and she was, she showed me what to do.
Right.
It just annoyed me because she had 2 lectures of an hour and a half each that we're supposed to listen to and watch or what have you to get to get our homework.
Right.
But she neglected to put in any examples of how to do the problem.
Boy, howdy.
Dude, seriously.
And she's the teacher.
So,
she's the instructor.
she's the teacher. And I kind of called her on that. She's like, well, I just want to make sure, people come to homework sessions. I said, what if they don't have time, sis?
Boy, howdy.
So I said, this time, because when she explained it, it was fun. In 20 minutes, I understood everything she to finish my thought. But it's like, dude, when you have another lecture, I don't know. It doesn't make sense, but that's just me. Anywho, how's everybody else doing, John? How you doing?
Well, we're doing fine. We're doing great. As a matter of fact, let me take a little pause here to send out a few thank yous, because I think we have a contest going on, and I swear, some of these questions. Mark Perkins just came in and donated $5 and said, "If you read the first page first and the last page next, haven't you read a book cover to cover?" I believe, I read the front, I read the back. What happened in the middle? Well, read the cover. It'll tell you.
Everything that happened in the middle.
Everything that happened in the middle. And then John Diddybag came back. John Diddybag came by with another $10. John, we thank you so much. Just be careful, son. John Diddybag came back with $10 and said, "Why aren't iPhone chargers called apple juice?" Wait. He's not done.
No,
Wait.
he's not. Oh, okay.
John Diddybag came back with another $10 and said, "I like this one. If you work security in a Samsung store, aren't you the guardian of the galaxy?" I believe you would. If I work security in a Samsung store, if anybody asks me what you do, I am the guardian.
Yeah.
I am the guardian of the galaxy. You bet your ass I would use that line.
Whatever.
Thank you, John. Thank you, Mark. We appreciate it tremendously.
I said whatever he smokes in the afternoon is the bomb.
I know it. I want to sit down and smoke one with him. I really do.
Ponder.
There are things in the universe you just got to ponder. You just have to ponder. And
he's the ultimate ponderer.
Yes, I believe so. There are questions in the universe that must need to be asked, and contemplated.
And that
upon.
was a good one.
That was a good one. I would be the galaxy, the guardian, or the guardian of the Anyway, so
It's a good one.
y'all think the Republican Party is going to start a war amongst itself? Because I
think
sure
the
hope so.
Republican Party has been at war for a long time, and they're just now speaking up because let's not forget of all you got the Lincoln Project out there.
Exactly.
And,
exactly.
Finally, those on the Hill are coming around and realizing this is a lost cause chasing the orange fat fuck.
Yes.
Okay? It's a lost cause. Mitch McConnell knows that shit. If you want to win elections, you need to stop talking about his ass.
Yeah.
McConnell knows that.
Yeah, I was surprised. Well, I was a little surprised to hear Mitch McConnell come out against the RNC.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Mitch is going to do whatever it takes.
Mitch McConnell is a roach. He is going to do whatever he can do to survive.
Oh, I don't trust him for 2 squats, baby. No.
With a capital cock.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yes, that part. My question is, John Roberts, the main dissent on the conservatives in the Supreme Court. Now, I'm not going to say what I want to say, but your mother, if it wasn't for
I'll say it because I've already asked the question. I'm asking for a friend. Is the Supreme Court racist?
Well,
let me see.
Well, now, how could it be racist if Clarence Thomas sided with the majority?
Okay, I'll say it.
See, that's what they would say.
I ain't supposed to say this shit either, but I'll say it. Uncle Tom? Are we talking about Uncle Tom?
That's who you're talking about. That's who you.
Okay.
But that's what they would say. Look at here. We have this fine black individual who stood up for our side. We're not racist. Yeah, bullshit. That's like saying I have a black friend.
Right.
That's like Joe Rogan right now. Are you shitting me? He's got his ass in a sling. It was bad.
John, that's like saying, where's my African American?
Exactly. Who is known for saying that? Where is my African American?
Oh, that's right. Fuck
Donnie.
Trump.
Fuck Trump. Donnie, the wannabe dictator.
Yeah,
and
that's him.
That's who it was.
They need to nail his ass to the wall, especially for taking all that damn fucking shit he took down to his,
It's
golf
a fair
course.
law, though.
Hey,
You know what? It's kills me because this is those things when you're like, geez, what would have happened if Michelle, I don't know, or Veronica, or the girl Sasha and or Malia had done anything like that.
Right.
I remember when the Clintons were accused of stealing China,
Yes.
which they didn't.
Yes. No,
but they were accused of it. And this fucker actually does. Not only does he do that, but he also rips up papers, which is against the fucking law, which he accused Clinton of doing, which he accused Nancy Pelosi of doing when she ripped up his fucking State of the Union speech. She should have threw it like confetti on his fat ass.
I'm telling
I
you.
can't stand it, man. He needs to be in jail.
Underneath the jail. What is it? Somebody said that your parole officer, he needs to be in jail for so long that his parole officer hasn't even been born yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is if he even gets
Not
parole.
only did he do that, he stole shit, he tore up shit, he took shit, he burned shit too. And that is against the law also, because that's a destruction of documents that was supposed to go to the National Archive.
Yeah.
And he clearly knows the fucking law.
Yes, he did. He just did not give a shit about the law.
Like he doesn't give a shit
But
about
he will
laws.
face no consequences for that at all. Not for the documents. They'll take them back to the National Archives and do it, but he won't face
it ain't right.
No, it ain't right.
It ain't right.
It isn't right. Anything what this man has done to this country is right. Nothing. He has ripped this country into pieces.
Of the officer and see what happens.
Yeah. Oh, there's more coming, baby. I can't wait till February. I mean, not February. When did she say? Oh, I'm sorry. I got my dates mixed up.
Wasn't it in April that they're going to start the hearings in April?
Yes, I think so. No, but I was thinking about the prosecutor in Fulton County, Georgia, who is
my girl.
Yeah. Oh, I'm waiting on this shit, baby. Let's go. I'm rock and roll. Let's let Johnny Fly in the room all the way up from Pennsylvania, brother. How you doing?
Oh,
doing great. How are you, sir?
I'm doing just fine, Johnny Fly. How's the weather up there, buddy?
Well, it was a good day today. It was warmer.
Yeah.
I think it was close to 40. Then it dropped down to the 30s. I took my walk.
Hey,
It's
Johnny.
supposed to be, I think, 40.
Hey,
yes.
Johnny. 73 and sunny. This is what I wore today. I'm just letting you know, brother. I'm just letting you know.
I know. You're rubbing it in.
Yes, I am.
Move on.
Anyway.
That's okay. When it's only 70 and 80 up here and you have 113, I'll say, hey, how's it going down there?
Yeah. Let me see. I lost Tracy. I got her.
Uh-oh.
There she is.
Yeah, Michael James.
I'm sorry.
Michael
75
James had his
here
hand
today,
up too.
right now.
Oh, I see Travis is back in the room. He can take care of it. Anyway.
Oh, great.
Let me send out another thank you to S. Warren, who came in with a $5 donation and said, why are Clarence Thomas and DeSantis so chummy with all of those emails? Yeah. DeSantis, man, the guy's wanting to play for president, baby. You know, right now, when you say DeSantis to me right this minute, the first thing coming to my mind is the stupid bullshit he's got going on down there with the Don't Say Gay bill that went on down there. Are you shitting me? 2022. Really?
Hey.
Don't say
The
gay.
Republican Party is the party of backwards, John.
They don't want certain things taught in schools, baby.
Well,
you know,
see, that's the asshole.
anything
that
having
makes
to
it
do
wrong.
with the LGBT community is off the table, baby. They don't want anything taught about it in schools. You know, because we all know, Johnny Fly, there are no gay people in schools. It's only until after they graduate high school and go on to the perverted land of college do they become perverted and gay by the democratic society that embeds that shit and all. You know how it is.
Yeah. Typical bullshit.
That's exactly what it is. You know, it's sad that.
I know. I went to it when I was in school, John. You had to keep everything quiet, especially when I was growing
It
up.
plays into my thought of the Republican Party. What we have seen lately, when it comes to the education of youth or the basic civilities of our society. When you start seeing like this bill, just don't say gay, don't have it at none of the school or nothing like that. When you see book burnings by right-wing nut jobs, it's not difficult to see how they would end up in something like, what's that show on HBO used to be? The Handmaid's Tale. Yeah. It wouldn't take long for them to get there. It really wouldn't.
Well, John.
Not for some of these people.
These past few years, or these days, it's been scaring me when I see book burnings by Greg Lott. He's a nut job right-wing preacher from Tennessee. He's a real asshole.
Oh, yes. I'm familiar with him, yeah. That's exactly what he is.
I think I sent him to you, Telltale Atheist. Owen is his name. He's been highlighting him for the past few weeks. The guy's a real idiot.
Yes.
First he was sucking Donnie Trump's ass. Now he's saying, I didn't want to hear anything about you Donnie Trump worshippers in my church. What the hell is his problem? He's really nuts.
There are quite a number of students across the country in middle school, in high school, that are fighting back against these banned books being banned from libraries and schools and things like that. And they're actually making a difference, pushing back against the school districts that are trying to ban these books. So I do think it's up to the kids to say, hey, wait a minute.
Yeah.
This is my education.
Yeah.
Don't I have a say in it?
But
bravo,
why are
young
you
kids
telling me
out
what
there.
I can't learn?
This is how you keep democracy, is you got to fight for what you need.
Yes.
Not want, but need. Don't let them rob you of your education by trying to ban certain subjects. The internet is out there.
Or to rewrite history.
They're forming book clubs on campus to read the banned books, and I think that's brilliant.
What better way to, especially your older students probably, what better way to have a kid want to read a book than tell him you can't read that book? You can read all these other books over here, but don't read that book over there. Now, isn't that what Eve was faced with right there in the Garden of Eden when God said, you can eat any of this shit, but don't eat that apple? And there you go.
The Republican Party with the right wings, they live in a fantasy world. You remember Phil Donahue.
They live in a world of hypocrisy.
Right. Well, you remember Phil Donahue, the talk show? He used to say the same thing to these people. Well, we all live in pink house with a Weber grill and a picket fence surrounding it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's an ideal world. That's what they like to take us back to, but it's not going to happen.
They think
it wasn't ideal back then. It was a crock of shit.
Yes, it was a crock of shit then. It's a crock of shit now. Father knows best, or my three sons, all these. No, that wasn't life. That was the fantasy you were sold on TV.
That was TV.
You knew it was all going on, but it wasn't in your state. It was the next state over that had all that glorious stuff. Your shit sucked. I got to say, I grew up a military brat when I was young, very young, single digits and all that stuff. It was move every 3 years. Move to a new city, new schools, from one side of this country to another. Even right up to the time that I was, 15, 16 years old. It was that kind of life. My father's last duty station when he retired was here in Corpus Christi, Texas. This is where I lived when he retired. A lot of my childhood growing up here, so this is why I gravitated back to Corpus as an adult. But well, shit, I had a point to all of that. And then I stopped and think about something. Squirrel. Shit, never mind. Never mind. It was a wonderful thought. It had a great story. I was going there, but
hey, what I think you were going to was what you were going for, because you old.
That's me. That's it. Senior moment, baby.
It's the fact that you grew up in that time.
Yes.
And all the stuff that were being portrayed
Thank
on
you.
television did not apply to you
No.
and 99.9% of the rest of the country.
No. And thank you, Tracy, for being so intuitive. I grew up during the late 50s, early 60s, 70s. That's when my time rang, baby. It's and for so many of us, it's not difficult to walk down that memory lane and remember how things were, and especially. Oh Lord. Well, anyway, they say your basic values are set by when you're 10 years old. By the time you're 10 years old, you know right from wrong. You know the values you have been taught. You will perfect that over the next 10 years. By the time you're 20, 21, and stuff, and then you start getting into a different world. But every world you enter into, you're always learning a little bit more. So when you're 21. And you think got the world by the tail, you know what's going on. Nah, you know a lot. You know more than I knew when I was 21. But you still got a long way to go on perfecting the history that you will watch, if you're lucky. If you're lucky.
Hey, John,
huh?
you might want to let Michael James know he has to accept the invitation.
Yeah, he does. He knows.
Okay.
Yeah, I sent it to him. Yeah, he might be busy with something else. Yeah, it's okay. I know he's there. But I do see Ardessa slept out.
Ardessa's out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can get Ardessa back. That's Discord.
Yeah, Discord.
Yeah, you get Discord.
And the device she's using, it has something to do with that. I don't know why it does that to the phone devices, but happens to me too. I just don't touch that device while I'm on Discord. Every time I do, I get kicked out.
I try to touch as little as possible in here. Only what I have to.
For a minute.
I live in a world of fear that I am going to screw something up, and then, I don't know, I'm going to see smoke starting to come from the mixer or behind the computer.
Oh, John, I think as long as it's not liquid, you'll be okay.
Yeah, that's what I keep telling myself.
Travis, speaking of liquid, Travis put up a link to his computer, and oh my God, what a light show that thing is.
Have you seen that? That is gorgeous.
Yeah, that's
he put it over in the tech channel.
Ball. That's like a disco going on.
I'm telling you, and that's the inside of his computer.
God.
Yeah, it looks like a dance floor. Like you should get in there and dance around all that lights and stuff.
He's got like 10 fans in that thing.
Yeah, he runs a lot of power.
All you have to do, John, get the disco music. Macho Man, the Village People.
Have you seen the video, Johnny Five?
He needs one to mirror balls.
What's that?
So have you seen the video?
Have you seen?
No, I haven't yet. I'll have to check it out.
He put a link in Discord under the nerd section, and it's a link to his YouTube page.
I told him you put it on the main channel. On the main discussion.
Because it's a nerdy kind of thing, and it is rather nerdy. And it is.
Because he gives all the specs of the computer that he built.
Yep.
And
John, yesterday, John, I went up to Walmart yesterday.
Yeah.
And there's a group of young guys. I don't know what the hell they're partying up or whatever. And they're in these pickup. Somebody went in a pickup truck, and one person went in the car. And they cranked it up as loud as they could. Macho, man.
Did you start dancing?
No, I was almost ready to go over and say, hey, I met those guys in person. I got to meet them in person, talk to them. Yeah.
And you did, didn't you?
I did meet them in person, yes.
Yeah.
I saw them twice, and they remembered me. The leather man remembered me. He says, what are you doing up here following us around?
Really? Really? The leather man remembered you? Now that's a claim to fame. If I was following the group around and the second time the guy see me, he said, "Hey, I remember you." I'm going to brag to everybody on God's earth that I recognize you.
I do.
Yeah.
It was funny because
you still are, huh?
Me from Fort Lauderdale is when I saw them perform at a bar called the Copa, and then
at the Copa.
When I moved back,
Copa Cabana. The hottest place south of Havana.
And then when I came back to Pennsylvania, I heard they were in Atlantic City, New Jersey. That was when it was hopping. I went down, I saw them there, and they remembered me. That's when he said, "Are you following us around?" The Leatherman. We sat at the bar having a beer and stuff. And then they started their show, and of course, I'm sitting there, and he started doing In the Navy. You know how they clap?
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't clapping, and the guy who plays the sergeant pulled me out on the floor.
You loved it. Oh, tell me you didn't love that.
No.
Embarrassed my ass.
He came up and he made me clap, and I was like, I'm going to crawl under the table.
Boy, howdy shit. Now, that's a memory.
It was fun.
That's a memory.
Yeah, it is. I even have their pictures out of costume. I have it in my photo album. I'll have to send some to you sometime.
Oh, I got pictures, Johnny Flash. I got pictures of my 21st birthday. Yeah, there ain't too many people seeing them pictures.
You weren't sober, were you?
No, I was not.
I figured.
I was at a... Never mind. It goes right into what happens in the story.
Come on, tell us.
Oh, no, that's right. Let me send out a few thank yous. Thank you, Catman56 came back with another donation. Said, "Where are the Trump email servers? Where are the documents and papers? You don't hear the right talking about that. No, but you let me think back at Hillary's emails. Oh my God, her emails. They were ready to eat anyway. Thank you, Keith. We appreciate it." John Cass came in with a $5 donation and said, "How are kids going to learn if they keep erasing history, books, and anyone who follows their heart?" Indeed, John. They're missing the point, brother. They're missing the whole freaking point. You can't control the universe, baby. You can only live in it. Anyway, John Cass came back with another $5 and said, "We're in downtown Oregon celebrating our 29th anniversary. Out freaking... What the hell are you doing listening to this shit? You got the 29th anniversary, man. 29. Outstanding. Mom and I are coming up on our 45th in April. 45 years together. So, yeah, 29. John, you're knocking it out of the ballpark, baby. See, you float into that certain time in your life, and I believe somewhere around that 30-year mark, you really starting to feel you are solid in your relationship. You're comfortable. Yep. I am where I am because I want to be here. I want to be sitting in that room in there when I'm old and talking to Mama in there about all sorts of shit. That's where my happy place is. So, yeah, you reach that comfortable space in life, I think. I don't know. I hope everybody does, but not everybody does. You know, you see a lot of people end up divorces after 30 years or some shit.
Yep.
You know?
Some of us are still good.
Yeah, some of us are. How long with you and Dan now?
33 years.
See? Doesn't it feel good?
It does.
It does.
It's just being able to look at him across the room and see that he's sitting in his chair.
Yeah, because y'all have been through enough shit together.
It makes me happy.
And I'm sure John Cass and his wife, after 29 years, ain't every year been pretty, I'm sure. I wish for it. I hope every person does, but you know, it's not just
that
not peaceful.
Nice, yeah.
You're gonna. It's that dedication to each other. You just have to know that's where you are and that's where you want to be.
I saw your hometown today.
So much for the marriage counseling.
John, I saw your hometown today on TV. A gal named Christy from Christy Corpus was on Let's Make a Deal.
Oh, yes, a girl from Corpus Christi, Texas was on Let's Make a Deal.
Yeah. Christy, yeah, I just watched it today.
Did you? Did she win?
Yeah. I'm not sure now.
I'm sure it'll be on the local news.
Like
it'll be, because that's where I saw where she was going to be. There was a local news story that said we was going to have somebody on the show.
She was on it. She seemed to do just fine.
Okay. Good.
But the name was Christy, though.
Corpus Christi is a beautiful city. It really is. If you were to ask Travis, it does not have as much to offer as something like San Antonio does. San Antonio has a lot to offer for tourists. Down here, we have Lexington, the USS Lexington, which is a great museum. We have the Texas State Aquarium, located right next door to the
that sounds nice.
Oh, it is. It's beautiful. Plus, we have lots of museums. The bayfront itself is an experience. A nice place to walk. Some activities downtown, and then, of course, you got what we're mostly known for, and that is our beaches. And we're not a shortage of any beach in any direction around here. So, yeah, it's a nice place. While I'm thinking about it, I want to put out a little notice, let everybody know that we're going to have a change in our show. One of several that we're going to be making, and that is Friday, Beer and Bud Friday. We're doing away with it. We can't do it anymore. It has been erased off the count. No, are you shitting me? No, we're not giving up Beer and Bud Friday. We're keeping Beer and Bud Friday. But
there for a minute.
This is what we're going to do on Fridays at 6 o'clock, just like we started the show now at 6 o'clock in the evening Central Time. That helps out a little bit for people on the West Coast out there. 3:30 in the afternoon is a little early. Start at least 4 is a little bit better. So we kick back to 6 o'clock. And Friday on Beer and Bud Friday, I almost said Friday on the front porch.
Friday on the front porch.
That's what because that's where I usually go after. Anyway, that's Robin's show. Friday, Beer and Bud Friday. We'll start at 6 o'clock. It will be live. It will not include Discord. It will be live. I'm going to try to set it to where I have my little rant that I'm going to do, and then after that, I'm going to turn my attention strictly to the chat on Facebook and on YouTube, the one that's right in front of me, the one everybody's typing on right now. There's so much conversation going on over there that I get to see some of it. I can't stay at it because we have conversation going on here in the room, and you have to keep your mouth running all the time. And
that makes sense. That makes sense.
It does. So you're trying to stay in the conversation that's in the room here that everybody's hearing. And so much time there's conversation going on in the chat that I don't get to participate in. So we thought on Fridays we'll do Beer and Bud. Of course, that's what we. It's in Leviticus. Look it up in there. Can't mess with that. And then after my little rant or whatever I do, then I'm going to turn the attention so we can have a discussion between the chat and me, and the conversation will just be stimulated by them. And
that's cool. That's a good idea.
I think so.
Yeah.
That way. That way, and it was something that was brought to my attention that I don't get to participate in the chat going on here too much because I'm constantly involved in the chat on the Discord during the show, and so I'm not one of those people that could separate my brain. So it's either Discord or the written chat that I'm going to have to pay attention to. So, but this Friday at 6 o'clock we're going to go live for Beer and Bud Friday. And then we'll have our discussion on the chat. Hello, Donna Bonacosi. I see you in there, babe. I had Donna. I love Donna's voice. I really do. It's not a lie, Donna. Yeah. And Fred's doing well, and everything is well up in Boston. Anyway, we're going to be changing things up. Hopefully for the better, and I think I'll enjoy that.
Just a little bit, just so that the people in the chat can also feel like they're part of the family too.
Yes.
And they're being heard and being watched, and so it's a way just to make more contact with more people. That's all.
Yeah. I think it'll work out fine because I do either I'm listening or I'm reading. Somehow, if I try to do both at the same time, something ain't getting through. I can read real good if while I have something in my ear because I'll just tune that out and pay attention to what I'm reading. There's the problem. And then I'm talking to somebody and they go, huh? What'd you say? I wasn't paying attention. You can't do that. So yeah, it's a tricky thing to do. All right, John Cask. Yes, sir. It's your anniversary. Go catch up with Rachel, baby. I'm sure she's looking for you. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful evening, John. And your wife, Rachel, thank you for being here, and congratulations on 29 years. Yeah, that's a marker,
looks
baby.
Like John, looks like we got some excitement going on outside, catty corner across the street from me. So,
Yeah? What's going on?
It's a good comment going. I don't know if there's a fire or gas. All the fire trucks from Chicago over across the street. I was wondering what the siren went off.
We heard the sirens earlier. Well, I did.
You got sirens going off?
I heard sirens.
Oh, it's done
earlier.
now. Yeah. I thought I went to the door. There must have been about 3, 4 fire trucks. And it's right on the corner where Route 61 goes to. It's a major highway. So I don't know what's going on. Thank God there's no smoke or flames. I don't see anything. But it looks like they have all the power off for the building. So that building's been there for years.
See? Right there. Right there. It happened to me just now. I'm going to point it out as an example. I look over the chat. Wow. What do I see? I see Donald Ware. And he says, Ira Z, I like Pabst Blue Ribbon. Immediately, in my head, the song, no, that's Lone Star Beer. Rednecks, White Sox and Blue Ribbon Beer. Say, you know what Blue Ribbon Beer is? Rednecks, White Sox and Blue Ribbon Beer. Yeah. See? That's how quick my mind turns. Just give me a title.
Yeah.
I'm singing a song in my head.
It's being able to focus on one thing at a time.
It's getting worse, I swear. I can be distracted by shit just about it. What? You know, it's like, oh, shit. That's all right. Well, I don't mind.
I just drove through a police activity going on over here in South L.A.
Uh-oh.
They had the ghetto bird flying and diverting traffic and all this kind of, I have the Citizen app, and apparently they're searching for somebody with a gun. And fortunately for me, I was able to circumvent that area because, I can get around it because, I know LA, so I know how to get around it.
I can't believe, I've said it before. You got a lot of courage, girl. LA, cab driver in LA, really?
Yeah, that part.
Yeah.
And married to a Jewish woman, so
And married to a Jewish woman.
I'm always dancing on the edge. But anyway, I'm going to say my good nights because I have a meeting with yet another. See, you know what? When I started school 2 years ago, I was really hesitant about Zoom meetings and all this shit. But man, I am loving Zoom now because no matter where I am, I can be in class. I can meet with my professors. I don't have to worry about going to campus.
Different life, isn't it?
Even though next week they're forcing us to go back to campus. Yeah. They're like, I'm like, you fucking idiots.
Yeah.
Really? You stupid motherfuckers.
That's something else that we are going to attempt to work on is being able to do a show with somebody else on the screen with me. So there's something more than just my pretty face you're looking at. You'd have other pretty faces to look at.
Hang in there, Tracy.
Tracy, we love you, baby.
Proud of you. So proud of you for going to school.
Man, that part. But I love y'all, and hopefully my schedule will allow for me to stop in on Thursday.
Tracy?
Okay.
Yes, baby.
I'm looking forward to the day, baby, I can call you doctor. Dr. Tracy.
There you go.
I just want to fucking grab.
And then I'm going to tell you all about this fucking elbow of mine that keeps hurting.
I'm taking up the phone now because you're out of your mind.
Baby, we love you, and we want to thank you for coming by and visiting with us. We appreciate it, baby.
All right, baby cakes. Talk to you soon.
All right. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Wow.
We love our cross-pollination here.
Cakes?
Huh?
John, you get the title Baby Cakes? That's a new one.
Yep, see, now I'm getting jealous. I'm going to have to talk to Tracy.
Wait a minute. Did she call me Baby Cakes?
I am.
Did she call me Baby Cakes?
She called you Baby Cakes.
Oh, wait. Let me pump my chest that
I never
way.
had anybody call me Baby Cakes.
Yeah.
Oh, Johnny, it's such a wonderful feeling.
Wait a minute. Just shut up. Let me soak this in for a minute. Baby Cakes. I have visions in my head running right now. Right now, squirrel. Never mind. Let's go. Let's go.
You were right, Bernadette.
Yeah, I'm walking right down that path. Lord have mercy. I was, when I first heard Tracy on Robin Kincaid's show, she impressed me. Because you can, no matter what the subject is, and the varieties have been many. You can tell when somebody is speaking about something that they really either concerned about or very knowledgeable of. And you can hear that in their conversations and whatnot. Tracy's one of those
Tracy
people
does
that
her
can.
homework.
She does her homework. She knows what she's talking about.
Tracy does her homework and she pays attention. So
Indeed.
yeah.
Indeed.
And it comes through in her conversation that she is paying attention and she knows what she's talking about. Yeah. And experience has a lot to do with, whatever she's talking about. She's talking from experience. So
let me see if I can work my magic here and get Tony Boyd. Tony, how are you doing, brother?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. Can you hear me today?
Nope, can't hear you at all. Shout louder.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Shit, I got you, brother. I hear you.
I'm surprised. I've been listening to y'all, but I've been doing my tax work. So.
Oh hell!
My taxes together.
Good on you.
Oh, yeah, I got a lot of figures I had to figure up when every year I take it to my tax lady, my utilities and everything and all that other crap and stuff getting fixed, and all that. And I was putting it off. I was going to do it on the weekend, and I decided not to because I wasn't in that great a mood. And night I said, well, hell, I got everything arranged. I might as well start writing stuff up. And that's what I was doing when I was listening to y'all talking, see. But I have a pretty good weekend because Paulette had to go to the hospital and stuff.
Oh, how is she doing?
How is she? Yeah.
She's doing much better now. When it was Saturday, she trying to pass a kidney stone.
Oh,
Lord.
Oh no.
Yeah, and this lady just don't get sick, okay? And she went in the hospital and they gave her what they call that they put you in that tube,
Oh yeah.
Where they look at you.
Yeah.
I can't think
MRI.
of it now. Yeah, whatever they call it.
Yeah.
They gave her some medicine and stuff to take and everything, and she said this pain is worse than having a baby. She said she'd rather have a baby again than this stuff. She's 70.
They say it's pretty painful. I had an ex-brother-in-law that kept a very large baby food jar up on his mantle, and it was all halfway full of these little stones. He's collected them.
Little rocks.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I seen him go through. No.
She passed one today. They gave her a thing to catch him in, and she got a hold of the neurologist or whoever that guy. She got to go see him when they get an appointment because they're so overcrowded now because most of the hospital stuff shut down here Friday.
Right.
Because of the weather, see.
Yeah.
So she asked me. She said, "You want to see the stone?" I said, "Nope."
No.
No. I'm not interested. No. Oh, come on. I'm going to send you 2 pictures of it. I said, no.
I've seen them. Some of them are like wicked, like spikes on them and shit. It's like, you think about that journey. No.
Exactly.
Don't want no part of that shit.
So yesterday, me and my brother always
Tracy Tobias, good night, dear. I
And,
didn't mean to interrupt you there. I was just going to say good night. I see Tracy's jumping out of the room.
And me and my brother, we always go around Monday and do our shopping and everything. And so I had to buy a new remote entry for my other truck.
Right.
I went over her house and I programmed it for my keychain, but I didn't think about programming the one she's got. See, because once I did that, it deprogrammed the other one.
Oh.
And so I, fine. So she calls me about 1:00 this afternoon and she says, "Tony," and I said, "What?" She said, "I can't get in the truck." I said, "Oh, really?" She said, "I can't get in with the key or the remote." I said, "Okay, so I'll be over." So I went over there, and she come out and got in the truck, and I programmed both of them. She said, "Are you sure yours work?" I said, "Yes, mine's work too." I said, "Don't worry about it."
Don't worry.
So pull on out of this snow. She said, "Well, I want to watch you walk to your truck so you don't fall." Because, see, I fell when I was messing with the other truck because of the snow. And the shoes I had on didn't have any grips on them. I slipped down beside the truck on the passenger side, and I said, "Some bitch." I know all the neighbors see me.
Yeah.
Big old me. Look at that bear out there rolling around in the snow. But anyway, I said, "No, I'm okay." So I told her, I said, "You pull out." I said, "Oh, I'm going to fall down and you run over me." So she left. Yeah.
Be careful.
And she left, and I came on home. So she called me about 6 o'clock, and she said that she was feeling better because she had to go pay bills too, see.
Right.
She hadn't ate anything. And I told her, I said, "You got to get something to eat." So she went back home and she called me. She said that medicine, the painkiller and all that stuff they got her on,
right,
made her tired. I said, "Stay home." I said, "Relax."
Yeah.
I mean, get over this crap. big deal to me. But other than that, everything's great. I mean, snow's going away.
There you go.
Wait here, 45 degrees a day.
We should go away here.
It was a beautiful day here in South Texas.
No, I don't want yours. No, I want yours. No. I had enough of this crap.
Me
I hate
too.
winter. I'm saying, I hate it. I told a guy yesterday. I said I worked 37 years in this shit.
Yeah.
I said, no, I don't want to get in it no more.
Yeah. Well, especially at a certain, I'm the first one to admit, okay, I'm fucking old. I'm at that age where I'm saying no. Are you shitting me? I have stood on the floor in dead winter of a drilling rig, standing out there getting splashed with mud, head to toe. The only thing you can see is the whites of your eyeballs and your teeth. That's it. Everything else is covered in mud. And stand out there in the rain. I've suffered through weather. I don't want to anymore. I don't. If it's cold, I want to stay inside next to the heater.
I agree. I agree 100%. I really do.
But I admire somebody like Keith and others that live up in the cold. Are you shitting me? Man, you got to have heavy stock to put up with that for months. I gripe and it comes down here for 3-4 days and I'm griping.
Hey,
I'll tell you.
Huh?
Go ahead, Johnny. Go ahead.
My dad used to say to my mom when she said she was cold, "You got shit in your blood." So is that your problem, John?
I got
understand the cold.
I prefer to say I'm umbilically connected to the temperate zone. That's a Jimmy Buffett line, but I was born way south. I was born in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. Caribbean, baby. That's where I was born. That's where my first breath, my first visions are of tropical breezes, baby. So, yeah, that's what I prefer.
You should be able to speak Spanish fluently.
Yeah. Not to say that I do not. Are you shitting me? I drove my kids when they was little to go to snow. Come on, you're going to see snow. Let's go to New Mexico. So we drove to New Mexico to go find snow. And we got pictures in the hallway of us building a snowman there in the snow and all that shit. Yeah. Now let's go. That's enough. I got lots of pictures here. Had lots of fun. Rolled around in it. The dogs had great time. All right, now let's load up the truck. Let's go. I got to go where it's a little warmer. Anyway.
No, I worked in the cold. Where the plant I worked at was out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Having nothing around us.
Yeah.
The blizzard comes in. It got so cold out there, the white rock would stick to the bottom of your shoes.
Oh.
And the snot was freezing your nose.
Oh, I've had my nose.
And,
yeah.
We was in the pipe arbors and all over this shit. And I told those guys, so when I get out of this son of a bitch, I ain't never gonna work in the cold again.
Well, that's what I say. I said it actually when I made up my mind was when I was in Adak, Alaska. It was a miserable place to be. It is, out in the Aleutians, small island, and the nickname of the base is called the birthplace of the winds. So it's extremely windy and extremely cold. It's one of the places where you wear them fur parkas around your face to,
Why not, my not?
Yeah. No. That was it.
Reason's the reason.
I'm going somewhere where it does not snow. That's where I'm going, and that's.
Well, that's Hawaii. You'd want to go to Hawaii.
Well, I was in Hawaii for a while. I've been to Hawaii.
Yeah. I think that's
Hawaii's nice.
Oh yeah.
I was in the island of Maui.
If I had my druthers, I'd rather live in Hawaii for sure. My second choice would really be either California, Oregon, Washington. Somewhere on the West Coast. I loved it. My heart lies in Texas because I was raised here a lot when I was a kid. Corpus Christi was my home when I was a kid. When I couldn't get Sigonella, Italy, or Rota, Spain on my orders, they said, well, where do you want to go now? Well, shit, I'll go to Corpus. I'm going home for a while. And so I did. I came back from some Southeast Asia and came to Corpus Christi, and then I met Marcia, and here I am. So, worked out well. So,
Well, it sounds like it's pretty warm where you're at. You know,
I like it here. Corpus Christi is the size of town. It's not a huge city like Houston and Dallas. You're not going to get that lost. Rush hour here, my God, you're talking, I don't know, you might get backed up for a little while. You know, it'll clear up a minute and everybody be zooming along and you'll wonder why everybody stopped. But it's large enough to have anything you want. Of course, it's grown over the last 50-something years I lived here.
How big is it?
Shit, I couldn't tell you what the population is. You know, to drive from my house to the bayfront, downtown Corpus Christi, takes me probably about, maybe 30 minutes, 35 minutes.
Holy shit.
You know, so it's not that big of a city. Of course, that's on the freeway, and I can go right down. But yes,
I have heard you mention Adak, Alaska, several times.
Yes.
Through your, talking about being in the Navy and where you were stationed and all the rest of that. And I just now looked it up on the fucking map.
Yeah.
And, oh my God. I can't believe you were anywhere close to that.
Oh my God, is a good explanation of what
crazy.
the fuck. And that was back in the early 70s before whatever they got up there now, because we still have a base, I'm sure. It's in a strategic location when we're talking about Russia. And so that was our mission up there.
But more than that, it's like out in the middle of the fucking ocean.
In the middle of the ocean, in the middle of freaking nowhere. Wow. You don't have anything on that island that you don't fly in. You want beer? Stuff it in the Bombay and fly it up here from California, because that's the only way you're going to have a beer. You know, it's
3 hours to fly to Anchorage, depending on the weather.
It was a wonderful place. You know, and you could go, you know, because I was maintenance, I could stay on the.
Whoa! Time out. You say it's a wonderful place.
No.
It's out in the middle of the fucking ocean, dude.
It's not a wonderful place.
What are you talking about? There's like nothing out there except water.
Nothing.
And probably most of that is like ice.
You know what the exciting thing to do on the island is, because during World War II they did have certain defense or cannons and stuff built up in there. Quonset huts, there's some up in there that still remained when I went up there, and you had to be extremely careful going around places on the island, because you could get hurt real fucking easy. But to go up there and look that's the only thing you had to do. You know, I had two options. Either stay on the base and sit in my barracks and wait for the plane to come back with a problem, which is most of the time is what I did. And then when I'm working on the aircraft, I'm down there at the hangar all the time. But if you really get bored and you just say, well, fuck it, I'll go with you guys. Y'all going on a mission? Could I go? Sure, get on board. You know, because that's the way it is. And just go fly around
John, is that part of the Aleutian Island?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, granted, it's one of the bigger islands of the Aleutian Islands.
Yeah.
But it's way out in the middle of the fucking ocean.
It's nowhere. It's nowhere. It's you feel so isolated.
No, wait. I've been on islands. You know, I went to Fiji. I've been to
You don't
Hawaii.
want to go this one. No.
I've been on islands. Okay.
No.
But not in the fucking Arctic.
No, I'm telling you, that's where you wear your little fur parka and all that shit. I got pictures of me with nothing but my face coming out of the fur, and your mustache just solid. It's just frozen. It's miserable. That's why I live here.
You know, I can't even believe there's people that live there. Okay, because it's a little. I mean, it's when I zoom out and get the ocean and how I can see the state of Alaska, and it's just like out there. It's not even attached to land.
You know what we used to do? We used to do what we called tundra tromping. Tundra tromping is something we did up there when you get drunk, or you can't get too drunk, but you get a guy, you got a buzz, you got drinking beer, and you and your buddies decide, well, okay, let's go outside. Tundra is frozen ground. Frozen.
Yes.
A lot of it is it's plants.
It's frozen ground.
Yeah, it's frozen ground, but it's not solid ground. Tundra.
No.
There's places that you could fall
like a
through real
marsh
easy.
that's frozen.
And we would take off from a line into the tundra and see who could make it the farthest before you fall through. Who gets to make it the farthest? Somebody's going to fall through.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. It's not good. It's not good. Stupid
God.
shit you do when you're dumb and
Oh, my God.
just really bored.
Lose anybody?
No. We never you wouldn't fall through to the water. You would just fall through the surface of the ground of what, that could be like a 3-foot plant you're trying to walk on top of.
I don't know about that, John.
Well, some of it is water.
No, check this out. I was recently watching a documentary about the tundra defrosting.
Yes.
Okay.
That's a problem too, by the way.
It's melting because of climate change.
Yes.
And it's giving off. They have found that there is so much methane gas that leaks out of these parts that are
when the permafrost starts to thaw, all those gases were trapped in that.
Peat moss and bog and shit like that.
Thank you. That's what I was trying to explain a minute ago.
Decompose again, and this methane gas. But they have found that there are pockets of methane gas that give off large quantity, so much methane gas that when they did climate change, that they didn't take into consideration the tundra defrosting.
Yes.
And so that amount of gas that is coming out of the tundra all over the Arctic, including in Siberia and all the rest of that,
we're all going to die.
It's making a major contribution to the methane and the CO levels of the atmosphere. Yeah. And it's doing way more damage than they
previously thought. Yes.
Well, I have a question. Now, we talk about the climate change, okay, and I totally agree with it. But when I see countries like China, that factories that are built into the air, but yet saying we have to have control climate change. How can that be if you have everybody on board in the whole world? How do you deal?
Is he breaking up a little bit, or is it just me?
The United States is one of the largest contributors to methane and carbon in the atmosphere in the world.
We need to do a whole lot better, baby. I at times I feel so encouraged because when I leave my driveway down there now and go down the road, I can look off to the left down there and start seeing those windmills getting closer to my house. I love to see those things because there is a vast market for them, and they're growing all over the place.
Aren't they called turbines, John?
Huh? Wind turbines, yes, they are wind turbines.
And
my God, is he in there?
We'll greatly appreciate that.
If he was in there, he'd be clawing at us to get in here and correct my ass. Wind turbines.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm happy to see that kind of stuff. We have to do something because even if we do everything with the windmills, the wind turbines, and solar, thermal, even if we do all of that, there's so much damage that has been done already that it's going to take more of an effort to save this planet from the future that
we're a lot closer to the
creating.
tipping point than not. Okay?
Yes, and if we hit that tipping point, can you come back from that? Well, that's the big debate within science. But the mere fact they call it the tipping point means to me that if I tip to the other side, holy shit, I'm in trouble.
That's the point of no return.
Yeah, it's the point that things are going to go downhill
where
from.
You can't go back.
Yeah,
after that.
Yeah, exactly.
If you go to the halfway point, the point of no return, flying in an airplane. You go past that, you're not going to make it back.
Yeah. Point of no return. You're committed in the direction you're going. And it won't be in our lifetime.
You might not make it back to land.
I'm worried about what Travis is going to see in his lifetime.
I worry about it all the time.
Think of Dominic. What he's going to see by the time by the time he reaches his 60s. What is the world going to look like in his retirement?
And see, one of the things that fat fucker did when he got into office was get us out of the Paris Accords, which we could have been 5 years further down the road towards fixing and solving this problem with the world, rather than become one of two nations. And I believe now we're only one again that, got out of the climate accord. And, with us and, I don't know, Argentina or some shit.
You know
like
what
that.
it's going to take? Remember. Just like everything else, it's going to take us, and I point this out to some of us who are old enough to remember the protests during the 60s. And in this case, on the environment. The EPA was formed, and we started cleaning up lakes and rivers and making it all. We ended up screwing it up again, but hey, we came out with a big effort and tried. But out of that was born the EPA, and it was born from the people's voice. That's when change happens, regardless of whatever change you're talking about. It only happens.
We were on our way.
Yes.
Then our country made a big mistake and elected Trump's dumbass. And he did everything that he could to effectively break the EPA.
He raped the EPA.
And worse than that, he did. And see, with Citizens United, that puts big money into politics. And these corporations can just buy the fucking laws that they want. And
Isn't that what they're doing now?
A reform or whatever, but if you read carefully, they get to wiggle out of any liability.
There's a loophole for everything, baby.
In their
and it
part
wasn't
in
by
doing
mistake.
Damage to our environment. They don't give a fuck about us.
Not when there's money to be made.
And our
money is
Senate
now.
Has been
the environment's later.
Joe Manchin or Christian Cinema comes to mind.
Yeah.
Yep. Well,
Joe's big into coal, baby.
It just seemed though that once Trump got in, he did it on purpose.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he was like any law that was for helping out our climate and everything else, Trump deliberately went the opposite. Now, maybe it's because he wants to.
Let's call it for what it is, Johnny Fly. It wasn't because of the environment he made those decisions. He got rid of laws that made it easier to make money.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yes, he got rid of rules and regulations as much as he could and as fast as they could.
Regulations that they were trying to break, and that's exactly what they did do.
Before Pruitt became EPA administrator, he spent his time suing the EPA from Oklahoma.
Thank you.
That's exactly what his job was to sue them all the time to get for oil and gas industries. And he became the head of the EPA. Huh?
It's the same thing. He's like that with the religious right. He wants to get their vote. He wants their support and everything else. And
I think the religious right needs to take itself, I don't know, I'd say the church.
Out of existence.
I don't know. No, they just need to get on their knee and figure out what the hell they're fighting for. To me, nothing is more disgusting because I have religious people in my family and I love them dearly. And their religion does not bother me. And y'all know, and it's hard, believe me, it is hard to tell people when they say, John, or what religion are you? Yeah, you have to stumble and go, well, I'm an atheist. I'm sorry. I just don't, I've never, I wish I had that faith that people talk about. I don't. I believe in what's in front of me and what's happening right now. That's what I understand.
Well, you just come out and tell them. That's how I do anymore. I don't care.
But I also believe in the fact that you have an absolute right to your religion. It was born in man from word one. We've always had gods. From the first guy to seen the moon. Oh, look at there's God.
And now they're making laws that say that if you say anything about religion or against religion, you could be fined.
You could be fined. You could, I could go to jail.
You could be sued. And you could be fined.
The problem I have with religion is about you and your deity, not about me and your deity.
Putting it on the books, and we were having this discussion in YouTube earlier, and the ideal is just to get the laws on the books. They don't care about the money that it's going to take to fight these lawsuits and all the rest of that shit, how it ties up the courts and all the rest of that.
Nope.
Once the law is on the books, it's very difficult to get that shit off.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
very difficult
John,
to get it changed.
The thing is, they don't have the right to tell everybody else and force the religion on everybody else.
I think the religious right now, the evangelical especially, has some reckoning to do. You have, in my opinion, and I'm nobody, and like I say, my opinion doesn't give two squats to anybody. But in my opinion, you've crossed that line. You crossed that line when you started following Trump and you supported him. I was believing all your shit right up to the time you did that. When you did that, no, you're not an evangelical Christian. You're an idiot, and you're a hypocrite. And I don't give a shit what kind of excuse or what kind of king story you come out of your magic book and tell me that God is just using Trump, for the betterment of, I don't know, God. Bullshit. He's a disgusting, lying, stinking piece of shit. And nothing excuses that.
And a thief.
And if you attempt to excuse that, then you are taking your own religion and you are throwing it in the ditch. And that's my heartfelt opinion. And if it offends somebody, I'm sorry. You have a right to believe in your religion. What I want is you to follow your religion the way you tell me it means. Peace on earth, goodwill towards men. Treat people as you would have others treat you. Don't be judgmental to others. Don't, judge not lest you be judged. All of that stuff. I love it. It's great stuff. You don't practice it,
John.
But it's good stuff.
There is a guy out there. I just was reading it today. I don't have his name. I should have wrote it down.
Yeah.
But he is he's a congressional candidate. And he preaches. He's a preacher, too.
Yeah.
He's an African-American gentleman, I believe. And he's saying that we should have laws that line up with Jesus and everything else. He's pushing that. He should have nothing. That government and religion should be separate from each other.
They're supposed to be. Separation of church is essential for a free and democratic society, to quote a founding father. That's what the founding fathers said, and that's what I believe in. Church, if I don't have a problem with your religion, so long as you keep your religion out of my law. If your deity tells you to live in a particular way, that's fine. Live that way and thrive in that love.
And go in peace.
But just go in peace. But don't come over to my house and say, well, my deity is telling me you're living wrong.
Our country is changing, you guys, and the only way that we're going to stop any of this bullshit is to take our asses out there, endure whatever the hell we have to endure to get your vote cast.
There you go.
That's what's important.
Anyway, that's why we got carried away with the religious part.
We can't get sidetracked with all the shit that they're doing out there because it's so fucking outrageous and it's so much. It's so much.
The point I was making
it's
earlier
everywhere. This shit is spilling everywhere. It's spilling over the borders into Canada now. Come on.
Yeah, really.
It's spilling. It's nationalism on a worldwide scale.
And look what's happening in Canada right now with the trucker protesting up there, and it's the number one thing in the news, baby. They're talking about look at this, boy. They're threatening to shut down everything over there if they don't get their way. Guess what? It's not going to work for them because their numbers aren't as big as the numbers we're talking about. But when back in the 60s, when those protests were going on, it is indeed only by the power of the people that major change is accomplished. Truly, it is only by our voice. Politicians, they get into their fine and dandy little cubbyhole where they're receiving all the lobbyist money. They're getting treated like kings everywhere they go. They live a special lifestyle. They get used to that shit. It's only when that threat of all of those comforts, all those the insider trading on stock markets, and don't tell me they don't do it. Are you shitting me? It's the way they make their money. That's how Nancy Pelosi's against doing away with that. Republican or Democratic, they don't want to get rid of it because that's how they make their freaking money. Their pay is diddly squat to what they can make on the market.
And we could change that too.
We could change that.
At least get them out of our house.
When you say, well, I don't want to get involved in politics because the same old shit, no matter what side's in there. A lot of shit of that is true, but it's not going to change until we get out there to change it. And I mean in numbers.
And elect more progressives.
That's it. You got to be able to demand that vote, baby. And if there are roadblocks in your way, you got to get over
that
them.
list. I told you that. I told you I was putting together a list of names.
Yes.
And I think I got at least 7 or 8 people on that list right now.
Send that to me.
Yeah, I am. I'm
so
trying
we can
to get
do a
10,
page on each one of them.
Yep.
There's a few things I'm behind on, and that is finding out who we want to do Two for Blues for, because there's.
Yeah,
Lord, where do you start?
Two for Blue for all these people, because
for all
they're
these,
all progressives. They're all running for office somewhere across this country, and they need to be in the offices. And it's not.
And this is February,
on the federal
baby. We
level.
Get our
There's
shit
some
going.
governors in there.
Yep.
There's some mayors in there, and we need to start looking at these people because crazy is everywhere out there, and it's trying to take over our country. And it will if we don't get out to vote on every level.
Yeah.
On every level, because they're out there.
That's when things change, is when they feel threatened in their job. That's when you get a congressman or a senator to pay attention, is when that squeaky wheel is you, and you're demanding things from them. That's when they start. But it has to be in numbers, baby. You write as a constituent. That's one of the most. By the way, it is one of the most powerful things you can do, is write to your congressman or senator, preferably your congressman.
Absolutely.
Because they have to respond, baby. It may not be that person. There will be somebody on his staff assigned to answer your letter. And you can, I suggest, if you do, to keep it professional and don't use profanity, because then you go into another category. If you write to your congressman about a specific issue, they will get back to you. Somebody on that staff will return your letter. And that's, I prefer letters over calls.
I've had them call me. I've left my number, and they've called me back. And I've talked personally with people on the staff, and it's a good way to get in touch with your congressman. Yeah. It's a good way to let him know.
And it's not only about political issues either. If there are issues in your district that you feel need addressed, whether it be, I don't know, we need a new landfill, or whatever, the dog leash rule, or whatever it is in your district that you could think of. If it bothers you, a good place to just start, and you'll be amazed at how you get into this, is just to write a respectful letter to your congressman and address your concerns. Congressman Bob, I live out here in blah blah street. Every day I see this. I don't know. They ought to have a stop sign over here because of the traffic over here. Blah blah blah. It's when minor things like that are brought to a congressman's attention, because they have to answer you. They have to inquire to agencies about, what's up with the stop sign over here? Do we need a stop sign? I got a constituent asking. And just that mere fact is going to stimulate the people that's got the stop signs to go, oh, shit, did we miss? Somebody put a count out there. It starts a ball rolling in the background. So every time you ask a question, it stimulates an answer one direction or another. And so I always, if you've got questions either about your district or how things are done, or a political issue that you feel strongly about, like integrity or believe in the truth or some shit like that, do it respectfully. They'll write back to you. It's a good way.
They will.
Don't be afraid to use the power of the pen. It's old fashioned, but it gets their attention.
It works.
They go, oh shit, somebody took the time to write. What the hell? It's not an email. It's paper, baby. There's a record of that shit.
Cinema, I hear she doesn't answer any of her constituents.
And that's sad.
And I hope they give her a new job.
I've written to several congressmen over my life and got responses every time I did. Every time I did, I got a response. So, may not be the response you want to hear, but an explanation of whatever bullshit they want to explain to you will be sent to you. And, it's always sincere and cordially written, your congressman, blah, blah, blah. But it's the power of your voice. You make it what it can be. So try to make it the most that it can. Wait a minute. Michael James says, not how it works in Shasta County, California with Doug Lavina. He ignored all my police letters. It wasn't until I wrote and called him an asshole did he respond to me. Well, sometimes you got to shake the tree, baby. I always find that if you can quote or somewhere in the context, always respond or put in there that you're knowledgeable of the next avenue that you have to take if you don't get a satisfaction from where you're at. Let them know where you're going next. So, It puts them on notice. I don't know. Sometimes it works, I guess. Sometimes it don't. Depends. But it makes you feel better, at least, you know. At least you're trying to get your 2 cents out there, which is always a good thing to do. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for coming by tonight. Again, on Friday, let's see, I'm going to try to get my show done Wednesday because I missed last Wednesday, and I think I missed Wednesday before that. So I'm really keyed in on, damn, I can't miss Wednesday. We're back here on Thursday for another Blue Dot family meeting. And then on Friday, we will be live for a Beer and Bud Friday rant on Friday with the chat on YouTube and Facebook, and no Discord, just y'all and me. So I got to stumble through everything we're going to talk about. It won't be able to. Anyway, we're going to try that and see how it works. I think I'm going to enjoy it because it is difficult to read the chat and try to keep the conversation going here. But so that's why we want to do it, as per has been recommended to us by several Blue Dots too. So
Yep.
Good idea. So
All right.
as we try to evolve and stay involved with everybody. Anyway, thank you for being here. Ardessa, thank you very much. We appreciate it. You come in, and we're glad. Dan's at a wrestling home, but now we got to worry about his infection, so we'll keep him in our heart, baby. I know he's in yours.
Somebody's there taking care of him all
There you
night
go.
and all day.
That's where
a good thing.
the comfort comes from, knowing that he's in good hands. So
Yep.
I appreciate it. Anyway, Tony Boyd, thank you, sir. Appreciate you coming in.
You're welcome.
I always enjoy the conversation. And
Glad to be here.
there you go. And Johnny Fly, all the way up Pennsylvania. Appreciated you coming in, brother. Enjoyed your
Well,
conversation.
thanks for having me.
You bet your ass off.
Sirens and all. We just had another thing go down the road. It must be an accident or something.
Yeah.
Crazy night.
Crazy night. You
Stay
never know
safe,
what's
Johnny.
going to happen. More
What's
than
that?
is shit.
Stay safe.
Yeah, stay
I
safe.
will.
Yeah, that's the main
Yeah.
thing. And warm. Stay safe and warm.
I
bud.
am. Thank you.
And Bernadette,
You-
thank you so
Yes,
much,
sir.
darling. Always. I so
You're welcome.
appreciate you for always
Let's
being
give a
here.
shout out to Tracy and Mitch for coming
Yes,
in and
Tracy
stopping by
and Mitch, both coming in visiting. I hope the twins had a wonderful rest of their birthday and memorable. And Tracy, I'm always happy to hear you come in here, baby. We enjoy your company. Anyway, everybody on YouTube and on Facebook, thank you for being here and being a part of this. Let me see. Did I do everything? I did everything.
I think you did.
I think I
you
did
did.
everything. Look at that shit. Huh? I'm getting better at that crap. Anyway, I love you. Try to put a smile on somebody's heart tomorrow, on their face. Put a smile in your heart, baby. It's the best place to start every day, and make it the best you can. I love y'all. Y'all say good night.
Good
Night.
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 Good night, everybody.
Night.
We'll see you later.